I'll read back a little bit. Yeah, I'll read back a little bit here. Okay. Okay. Yusuf Yasser said, well, yes, it's authentic. Like like when Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him and give him blessing, said, quote, if the man just charges first during sex, the baby will be a boy. And if the woman just charges first, the baby will be a girl. Atif groaned, knocking off his cap and grabbing at his hair. He looked up at the ceiling of the van. Brother, what's the matter with you? Asked Muhammad Ziyad Hura Jabir, sitting close to him. There was concern in the young Muslim's big eyes. Atif winced and looked down. He then whispered, that's not authentic, brother. Uh, that's stupid. A look of horror filled the big eyes of Ziyad, who once mimed throat kidding. Atif went on and said, a woman doesn't have sperm. Right, said Ziyad. But women do discharge during sex. I've heard they do. So it's metaphoric, like when Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him and give him blessing, said, quote, the sun seeks permission to rise again. Atta cried out, as if stabbed again. He then cried out with anger and frustration, how is that metaphoric? How? Why should the sun ask something that doesn't need to ask? Why? At the steering wheel, Muhammad Yusuf Yasser showed concern. Yeah, Yusuf Yasser showed some concern for the way his brother Muslim was acting. To calm him, he said, brother, you shouldn't ask such questions. Allah, praise be unto him, wants us to have faith in him. If he wrote all the hadith clear, like he did with Quran, we'd all believe in it. There would be no kafir, no infidels, which go against prophecy. For all kafir are destined for the fire. How can all kafir be destined for fire if they saw Quran as clear signs? Like we see them. Do we? Do you see them as clear signs, brother? Asked. Yeah. Do you see them as clear signs, brother? Asked Thayer Thakib. Soft. Yeah. Do we? Do you see them as clear signs, brother? Asked Thayer Thakib softly, sitting in the front passenger seat. The Quran says it's clear signs, so I believe they are clear signs, affirmed the van driving Yusuf. But do you believe them to be clear signs handed down, like Quran says? Yeah, but do you believe them to be clear signs handed down, like Quran says? Yeah. Asked Atif, tears welling in his eyes. Do you see them as clear signs yourself? Muhammad Yusuf Yasser, the van driver, looked back and said, brother Atif, I think you might be turning into a kafir. Questions you are asking are kafir questions. Muhammad Thayer Thakib, sitting in the passenger seat, asked, you didn't answer his question. Do you believe Quran is, as it says, clear signs? Well, do you believe they are? Asked Yusuf, horrified that they might all be testing. Yeah. Well, do you believe they are? Asked Yusuf, horrified that they might be in testing mode to see who was a Muslim and who wasn't. Oh, shoot. See, yeah, testing mode to see who was a Muslim and who wasn't. Muhammad Yusuf Yasser looked at Atif and shouted, you're just acting like you are doubting Quran, aren't you, brother? You're trying to see if one of us will agree with you so you can shoot him in the head, right? Right, brother? Atef didn't respond. He looked like he didn't know how to respond. Muhammad Yusuf Yasser went on and shouted with mounting fear. It's an act, isn't it? That stuff you're watching isn't making you doubt. You're just trying to acting, aren't you? Acting to see if anyone will agree that what you are hearing is making you doubt Allah's religion, when all along you really don't doubt it at all, right? You're just testing us to see who might really be a kafir. So if we agree with you and show doubt, then you can kill us. Ah, that's it, isn't it? You are secretly testing to see if anyone has secretly left Allah's religion, so you can kill him, right? After silence was deafening. To try to change the subject, the young-looking Muhammad Ziad Hura Jabir, who mind cutting the throat to Daniel, said, you know, everyone, don't hate the expression patati in there. For the more you hate it, the more you will think about such a horrid expression when you're in such a glorious position during prayer. Do you think of his phrase patootie in the air, brother? Do you think of patootie in the air when you are in such a hallowed position? Asked one of his fellows next to him. Jabir, who said not to hate the expression, looked down as if ashamed. All the time. All the time, even when I'm not in such a pious position, said Jabir sadly. I tell you, brothers, he is the Shaitan incarnate. The Shaitan incarnate, brothers, said Mahbub Mazen with terror in his eyes. And look how just playing his video has got us all stirred up. That's pure evil you are looking at, brother. Atef didn't respond to his vehement outburst. Instead, he made a gulping sound, took a deep breath, and scraped the top of the mouse with his finger again. The sub, Niles Neville, continued with, and there is the hope that if Muslims can study Islam, their eyes will be open. Maybe, if they really, truly study, they will see all the Quranic contradictions, the satanic evil actions of Muhammad. They will see that having sex with a 9-year-old is just the tip of the horrific evil iceberg. Maybe they will realize how illogical and stupid are hadiths that say things like, the sun asks permission of Allah to rise again. Atef shut off the video again and just sat there with his eyes closed. Atef's silence began to concern his comrades, especially Ziad. He, too, had heard the damning words on the CD, but was afraid to respond. Atef opened his eyes, resigned, and continued to play the CD. He reversed it a bit, then hit the mouse again, making the digital image of the sub say, like when the hadith says the sun, quote, asks permission of Allah to rise again after prostrating under the throne of Allah. Maybe Muslims will no longer feel obligated to fulfill all his desires, as explained in Quran 9, 111, 1 through 5, 29, 38, 39, where he commands his followers to kill and oppress those who don't want to stop what they're doing 5 times a day, every day, for the rest of their lives, to kill those who refuse to put their patooties in the air 5 times a day so they can avoid paying the jizya tax. Atif said weakly with a feeling of despair. He said patootie in air again. He said patootie in the air again. Damn him, shouted Muhammad Yusuf Yasir at the wheel. Why are you listening to him, brother? Why? The digital image it went on with, jizya tax is what a non-Muslim has to pay under Sharia law, so they won't be killed for not doing such a compromising pose on a rug. If they don't pay the jizya, they have to look over their shoulders more so after sacred months are passed. Think, quote, making someone offer he can't refuse. Or think paying an evil bandit money to keep him from raping your wife. In other words, it might keep Muslims from killing those who don't submit to the will of Allah like the Quran tells Muslims to do. Again, check out Quran 9, 111 in combination with 9, 1 through 5, 29, 38, 39, and the fear it instills within the poor Muslim's mind if they don't kill in Allah's cause. For it is evil. For the Quran sets up deadly alienation between humans. It is Allah who desires and wishes that his followers kill any of those who don't submit and convert to Islam. Only if they, Atif said weakly, but didn't finish, knowing it would be a lie to say otherwise. He is such a liar, shouted Muhammad Ziyad Hurra Jabir at Atif. See Quran 9:111, and you'll see why the Twin Towers went down on 9/11/01, said the sub on video. And again, Allah has promised Muslims what sounds like a slothful brothel in the sky, if they not only threaten, stalk, and intimidate non-Muslims into not criticizing nor studying Islam, but commands Muslims to kill and be killed in the cause of Allah, that is, spreading Islam with the sword and setting up Sharia law, like the very Quran really tells Muslims to do, as described in Quran 9:111. The Muslims will desperately fight to deny and say otherwise. The laptop was stopped again, this time by Ziyad Hurra Jabir, who mind throat cutting. He then made an angry outburst of, because we only killed those who deserve killing and aren't innocent. Oh, what a liar, Atif. Atif said softly in a monotone, in Islam, you're only innocent if you're Muslim. The sub was allowed to continue with, again, oops. I'll read a little bit here. The sub was allowed to continue with, again, this part of the much bigger project is pretty much just an experiment. This is the possibility. No, there is the possibility that it'll all be tossed into the trash. But then again, there's also the possibility it might be downloaded onto the likes of Dailymotion, LiveLeak, Live Video, or whatever YouTube-like site you might have in mind. And maybe, however slight, it might give terrorist Islam a Monster Zero type ending. Look under Godzilla. So it's all up to you and the one true God on where this thing goes, or what shape it is to take form. Do you throw it away, or do you download it to video sites, sit back and see what effect it might have on the world's fastest growing religion, that is Islam? Which is it? What will it be? The choice here is yours. One more thing. If you feel the CD might have a virus or damage your computer, feel free to wait for a time your computer is obsolete. If you think it's a virus and don't care about your local... Oh, I've got to stop it here.